What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Martin Gore from his 2003 cover album, Counterfeit Squared, not to be confused with his original Counterfeit EP from a couple decades earlier. In any case, the next tune is called By This River, and looking a bit online, I've been checking the Wikipedia page for this article because it shows a graph or a side-by-side song listing original songwriter chart, and apparently this one is written by Brian Eno, and a couple other guys, so I looked into that, and I guess it's by either Cluster or Harmonia, because all three of the songwriters seem to have been in both groups, so I don't know which one this is from, and I don't know, as far as I'm aware, any music by either of those groups, so I am certainly aware of Brian Eno. I first discovered him through his solo ambient work. What's the track? I think it's called Ascent. I think that's the first thing I ever heard from Eno. Absolutely loved it. I eventually found out that he had been part of Roxy Music, and then now I'm aware he has a career that spans different genres. He's been in a number of groups and again done solo work. So yes, I don't know what to expect here because I don't know, or rather I don't know how this will compare to the original because I'm not familiar with either Cluster or Harmonia. Almost had a dubious malapropism there. In any case, yes, By This River, just thinking about the title, we're talking about spatial proximity. Now, of course, a river can be a metaphor for any stream or process which is fluid and dynamic, which might take turns and be circuitous, or might be powerful to the point where you don't have control of your direction. I feel like any of those things could be possible, but maybe it's literally a visual setting by a particular river which has a certain significance. So yes, as I said, I don't know the original, so I don't have any context here, but let's give it a listen. This is Martin Gore and his cover of By This River on his Counterfeit 2 or Squared album, 2003.
This river, you and I, underneath the sky that's ever falling down, 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 ever falling down. Through the day, as if on an ocean, waiting here, always failing to remember why we came, wonder why we came. Talk to me as if from a distance, and I reply with impressions chosen from another time, from another time.
Yeah, I mean, number one, it just feels very Martin Gore. It feels very slower, ambient, abstract Depeche Mode tune. It feels like a Martin Gore track on a Depeche Mode album. And again, his vocals just have a very distinct sound. So, yeah, it almost, I was thinking, it sounds like if you took a more busy or dense synth pop track or synth art track and pulled it open, like turned it inside out, this is what like the inner workings of the track would sound like. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, percussion wise, it felt like an inverted beat, like a, you know, the kick was turned around or something. Definitely lots of little flourishes, including with the kick drum. But yeah, it had this kind of skeleton inside of a denser, more kinetic tune feel to it. Definitely a floaty type of ambience to it, and it sounds like a post 2000 Depeche Mode track, which I know for some people might be seen as a criticism or like a dirty word, but yeah, again, I like all Depeche Mode. I recognize that Depeche Mode, you know, certainly post like Songs of Faith and Devotion, because Ultra is very different from what came before it, but still kind of, you know, in a 90s Depeche Mode sound, whereas again, once you get to Exciter, playing the Angel, which, you know, maybe that one's a little bit more throwback, but yeah, they went in some different directions. They changed their styling such that maybe some folks who mostly love their 80s stuff or early 90s stuff weren't on board, but I enjoy all Depeche Mode. But yes, again, this sounds like Depeche Mode, but post 2000 Depeche Mode. And yeah, I don't know what to make of the lyrics. I think it is visual and more literal, but then also I think it's like, you know, if we're talking about different time periods, or at least by implication different periods, and maybe, you know, seeing a reflection or, you know, having an image of the way things used to be, there's perhaps visual mixed with conceptual as it comes to a river or a body of reflective water. And yes, I do wonder, of course, how different this is sonically from the original. I'm guessing notably, or at least significantly. And yeah, again, I enjoy it. Maybe not my favorite on the album so far. I think Loverman, the previous one, was a better and more dynamic tune, but I don't dislike it. And I think, again, if you like Martin's music, this is like kind of center lane for him, at least as I've come to know it outside of Depeche Mode, as well as comparing it to his productions and songwriting in Depeche. So yeah, another tune where I'm curious about its relationship to the original, not knowing the original. Which is to say, you know, sometimes covers, I have a sense of what the original is. Maybe I even know it well. I recently, or semi-recently, did a reaction to Phil Collins' version of You Can't Hurry Love, and I've heard the original Motown tune, so I went into that one having a clear sense of, you know, what the original is, and thus how different from or similar to, and in that case it turned out to be more similar to the original it might be, but here I don't have that context. So I look forward to any insights people might have. Let me know, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.